Hey guys, it's Mikey and welcome back to another video. Today is a very exciting video for me because it's probably the last video of Pops that I'm going to make before I move to Florida, because I just got into the Disney College program and I'm super excited about that, but obviously I can't take a lot of stuff because the airplane only allows you to take 1 or 2 bags, which means I can't take any of my Pops. This video is very special to me because this is the last time I'll be sharing anything like that with you guys for about 7 months till I get back home. But I wanted to go out on a bang, so I decided that today I would share with you guys all of my Beauty and the Beast Funko Pops, and that's really exciting to me because I think the most Pops that I have from any movie is Beauty and the Beast, and I have quite a bit, and I've been wanting to unbox them for a while because it's one of mine and my mom's favorite Disney movies, but this year happens to be the 20th anniversary, so I waited for a good time to do it, and now seems like the right time since I'm not going to be seeing them for a while. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast is one of our favorite movies. We even got the chance to see it on Broadway when I was little, when it came to my town on tour. So yeah, that's super exciting, and I can't wait to take a little trip down memory lane and share these with you guys. So let's get started. So the first Beauty and the Beast Funko Pop that I have to share with you guys is the original Belle, and this one is very old. It's from when they first started making Funko Pops in about like 2010 or 2011, and at the time when I got this it was super cheap. It was probably like $7 or $8 before they were like collector's items. So I'm really happy to have this one, and I never in a million years thought that it would be worth as much as it is today, but now it's worth like $500 to $1,000, so I'm really glad that I have it. So yeah, super excited to share it with you guys, and let's get started. Actually, before I show it to you guys, I just want to show you how old this is. Look, it literally says number 21. It's the 21st Funko Pop ever, and now they're like in the thousands. That's just like crazy. Okay, now we can get into it. So this Belle is super cute, and I love how simple her dress is. Obviously, it still has those unique key detailed elements on her dress, like the lines going up and down, and the little curtain ribbon going up and down the side right there, which I love, as well as her beautiful gloves and nice little neckline right here. But overall, they kept it pretty simple, which I love, and her face is just super cute, nothing too special, just her natural skin color with her eyelashes and a slight little rosy cheek. But yeah, nothing too out of this world. Even when it comes to her hair, it's just a simple bun with a little ponytail, and I can't wait to have my mom take care of it because my mom's favorite Disney princess is Belle, and I'm sure she's gonna have a great time with this while I'm gone. Up next, we have the Beast from the same line, and another way that you can tell this pop is super old is from all the pops on the back. It's not even a specific Beauty and the Beast series, but it's just a regular Disney series. So at the time, they thought that they were just gonna make Disney pops and make a couple of pops from each line. So for this one, they just made Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, it's filled with a bunch of other cool characters like Lotso, Jack and Sally, Boo, Mickey, Minnie, Mr. Incredible. So yeah, it's super cool just to see how much pops have evolved, and I love being able to see that on these old pop packages. So yeah, let's just open it. So here is the Beast, and I absolutely love him, and I'm really thankful to have this one, not just because he's worth a lot of money now, but because they've never made the Beast in a pop again in this specific outfit. They've made him in newer outfits, like when he's feeding the birds and such, but not in this specific ballroom outfit. And I'm really glad to have this because it's such a key moment in the movie, and it's so detailed. Like, for an old pop, older pops don't tend to be, you know, that detailed, but this one is really great for its time, and you can see that it has really defined thick eyebrows as well as a long big beard right there, as well as the horns. So they did a great job with this, and his horns are really defined as well, and he actually has 2 horns on each side for a total of 4, which is very interesting. And yeah, his outfit is just as simple as it is in the movie, you know, just a blue coat with a white shirt and a yellow little vest around the corner. But yeah, super cool. And his hair is very funny as well, because there's no real lines through it because it's an older model, so it's not as detailed. But the ponytail is a nice addition. I love the little blue bow that they gave him on the back. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this one, and it's perfect in my eyes. But if there's one thing that I could change about it, is that when you put it next to Belle, he's kind of the same size as her, as where with the new Beauty and the Beast pops, they definitely tend to make the Beast bigger so that it's like a real life-size proportion, because the Beast is definitely way taller than Belle. But with these older pops, they kind of just tend to make them all the same size, which is kind of cute because you can tell that it's older. But if I were to remake this today, I would definitely make the Beast a little bigger because he's a little bigger. So yeah. But enough of Belle and the Beast. Up next we have my favorite character in the entire movie, which is Lumiere, and I'm really, really happy to have Lumiere because I feel like if I were ever to be in a production of Beauty and the Beast, I would be a great Lumiere because I dance and I feel like I have the personality for it. So I'm really, really glad to have this one, and I love the green box because it accentuates all of his gold features. So yeah, this is the first Beauty and the Beast specific line of pops that they made, and it's just Peasant Belle, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and Lumiere. So all of the, you know, inanimate objects along with Belle when she arrives at the castle, if you will. But yeah, super, super happy to have all of them in this series, and let's start off by showing you my favorite. This is a real treat, and there's so many great details on him. You can tell that this is when Pop really started, you know, boosting their game, and I love how his eyebrows aren't just straight eyebrows, but they're a little bit downward because Lumiere is very expressive in the way that he talks and makes his faces. So yeah, super, super cute, and just same old Pop eyes, but his nose is really, really defined, and if you turn to the side, you can see how pointy it is, just like in the movie. So that's really cool. And yeah, his body is just very, very detailed. If you turn it upwards like that, you can see all of the nice little designs on his little platform, which is super, super cool. And his arms and coloring is just out of this world and very, very cool. And I like that with the flames on Lumiere, they didn't just make them, you know, a plain boring yellow. They made sure to make it very crystal clear, just like a flame. So yeah, super, super excited to have this one. Up next, we have probably my favorite pop in this entire collection, and that is Mrs. Potts and Chip. And I just think it is super adorable how they come in a pair, and it was just very, very well done and thought out, which I love. So yeah, let's get to opening it. These two are super, super adorable, and even though there's a lot of similarities on them, there's definitely a lot of differences, as you'll notice. Obviously, Miss Potts is way bigger because she is the mama pot. But yeah, if you look at her closely, you can see that her material is a little bit more vinyl and shiny and definitely has that like sleek feeling to it. But she's super, super cool, and her eyes aren't just regular pop eyes. If you look closely, she has a little bit of eyeshadow on the top, which is a nice little detail for Mrs. Potts, and definitely brings out her beautiful eyelashes, and her spout is just very extravagant and big, which I love. And her detailing on her lid is amazing. You can see every single ruffle of gold and purple, which I absolutely love. And her handle is quite big as well as her snout. And on the bottom, you can see not only the purple, but you can see all of the blue little petals as well, which is super, super cute. And even though she's adorable, she looks even cuter with Chip side by side, which I love. And as I said about Mrs. Potts, her material is a little bit more sleek, but Chip's is a little bit more rigid and rough, which is probably makes sense because he's much smaller, so Pop wanted him to have a little bit more damage control so he wouldn't get broken or anything, which is very thoughtful. But his eyes are super, super cute and plain, and his snout is adorable. And just like Mrs. Potts, you can see all of the blue and purple on the bottom of his cup, which is great. And obviously, my favorite feature about him is definitely his little chip up here. And it's just done in such a nice way and doesn't look like it was broken in a violent way, but it looks like it's just part of his personality, which it is. So yeah, these are super, super cute, and it reminds me of me and my Nana because my Nana had a little Mrs. Potts and Chip when I was younger, and they were glass and they were real and everything, and she used to say that that was us. So it just reminds me of me and her, which I love. Up next, we have Cogsworth, and even though he's quite annoying in the movie, he is quite cute as a pop, which I love. So yeah, let's get to opening it. Cogsworth is super, super adorable, and I love the combination of his eyes and his little ticking clock area right there, because his TikTok area looks like a little mustache, which I love because he's super sophisticated, and I feel like a mustache is a very sophisticated feature for a grown little inanimate object. So yeah, I absolutely love it, and there's so many details on his little ticking, talking time bombs right there. And his coloring is just so amazing. I love brown tones, and I feel like this is such a pretty brown. So yeah, and you can even see all the hours on his clock through those black lines right there, which I love. And of course, his little upper part of his clock, which I like to think is his hair, and he just has a nice little middle part where it looks super beautiful. But yeah, if you turn it to the back, you can see that there's even a little place to open up the back of his head, which I love. There's so many details on this Pops that you don't really notice until you take the them out of the box. So I would definitely recommend taking your pops out of the box once in a while if you don't have any intention of selling them. So yeah, super cute. And if you go down to his body, it might seem pretty plain at first glance, but his little ticking, talking time bomb area is actually slanted a little bit to the right, which I love. And yeah, his arms are actually on his hips. They're not just at his side, but they're curved in a little way, which looks like he's being sassy and chewing Lumiere out, which I love. So yeah, super cute, and I love this one. Up next, we have a really interesting one, and that one is Miss Peasant Belle, and this one is super cute. Not much of a change makeup-wise from the original Yellow Belle, but I'll just go ahead and take it out of the box and show you guys. Here she is, and believe it or not, she's actually smaller in size compared to the original Belle, which is weird because I feel like with Pops, they tend to get bigger as time goes on, but in this case, it actually got smaller for a second, so that's really interesting. But I love her dress, and I think it's super cute, and I love her blue apron and her long white sleeve shirt. And one thing I really love about this is her basket. I think it's so cute, and it's not just a normal basket, but it actually has braids going up and down the handle of it, which I love. So yeah, it's super adorable, and like I said earlier, the makeup is not that different, so I have to love it. But her hair is definitely more detailed than the original Belle, and you can see a nice little hair hanging out of her little ponytail right there, which is a nice detail that throws it off a little. And in the back, you can see that it's not just a regular ponytail, but two sides of the braid meet, and then they go down into this ponytail and are accentuated by a nice big blue bow, and I just love it so much. And if you look closely, you can see there's even a little bow on the back of her dress, which I love as well. And I love it so much, and if there was one thing I was just going to change about it, it's just that I would give her shoes, because in the movie I don't remember her dress going all the way down to the floor. I just remember seeing a little bit of her black slip-on shoes for a moment, so I would have loved to see that, but other than that, this is super cute, and I wouldn't change a thing. Up next, we have a different variation of the Beast, and this one is the scene where he is feeding the birds, where he is starting to change and become a better man, which I love. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one, just because my Nana loves birds, and I feel like I would always watch this movie with my Nana. So yeah, it just definitely reminds me of her, and I'm excited to take this one out of the box because I don't think I've taken this one out yet. So yeah, here it is, and it is massive. If you put it next to the old Beast, you can just see how much of a size difference they made from the original, which is great because they're definitely improving, and this definitely feels more Beast-like as well as it looks more Beast-like. So yeah, I thought the details on the original Beast were amazing, but these ones take it to a whole new level. His eyebrows are even bushier, his eyes are even bigger, and his horns are even larger, which is amazing. And I just overall really love this one. His outfit is super cute, and his cape covers all of his massive body, and you can even see the draping lines going across it, which I love, as well as a nice little collar right there, which is super cute. And he doesn't have a ponytail in this one, but you can see his nice giant mane forming in the back, which is super cute. And above his mane, there is a cute little birdie, and there's not just a birdie on his head, but there's one in his hands, because this is the scene where they're singing something there that wasn't there before, and he is feeding the birds, and he is learning to change to be a better human being. So I just love this one so much, and I feel like it captures both his innocent side as well as his mischievous side. So it's very special to me, and Pop definitely outdid themselves on this one. Up next, we have Gaston, and I'm really happy to have this one, even though Gaston is so rude and mean. But when I went to go see Beauty and the Beast live on Broadway, Gaston was definitely the most talented person in the cast, hands down. Whenever he walked out at the end to take his final bow, he got a standing ovation, and the crowd went wild just because he was so funny and even more extravagant and extra on stage with his jokes and mannerisms and everything. So he just blew the crowd away, and even though I know that I would hate Gaston in real life, he definitely puts on a good show, and that's what I love about him. He's one of those love-hate characters that you can't really make up your mind on, and it's just really interesting to watch play out on stage. So I'm very happy to have this one, and let's unbox it. Here he is, and he is super funny looking. One thing that caught my eye right away was his little butt chin, because he does have a butt chin in the movie, but just seeing in a pop makes it really funny, because because Pops don't normally have butt chins due to the range of their face, so it's just super funny, but it definitely works really well on him, and his eyebrows are really extravagant and well groomed, which is surprising because I feel like Gaston is such a like nasty man, but so funny. And his hair is really extra. You can see that little bump bit right there, which is super funny, and his sideburns are really detailed as well, and the back of his hair just goes into a nice little sleek ponytail, but it has every single strand of his hair in there, so very interesting. If you put it next to Peasant Belle, it's way more extravagant than hers, which is super funny. But yeah, his outfit is great as well, and he's of course wearing his classic red shirt with yellow collar and yellow gloves and black pants and brown boots. Yeah, he's wearing all of that great stuff along with the belt, but he also has a nice little brown satchel bag, which I think is kind of funny because I don't know if I noticed that in the original movie, but it definitely works well with this outfit, which I love. So yeah, I love this one a lot, and one thing I like about it is that it's definitely thicker, and you can feel that they tried to give him a lot of muscle on this, which makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm super glad to have this one because there would be no Beauty and the Beast without a great villain like Gaston, so yeah. Up next are my two newest additions to the Beauty and the Beast line, and these are for actually the new anniversary line of Beauty and the Beast, because like I mentioned earlier, I'm doing this video because this year is 30 years of Beauty and the Beast, which is crazy. But yeah, they decided to make two new pops for that line, and they are Belle in the library, which is super cute because this is one of my favorite scenes, and the other one is the Enchantress. And I'm really glad that they made this one because it definitely took me off guard that they were making this one, because I don't think of her as like one of the important characters in this movie, but she definitely is. You know, she casted the spell on the Beast in the first place and made him learn his lessons, so I'm kind of glad that they ended up making it, and I'm really excited to unbox these. So let's get started with the Belle in the library. This box is super cute, and I love the yellow and light purple hymns on the side, and this is the first time for the Beauty and the Beast pops that they put Beauty and the Beast on the top, which is super cool. As you can see on the bottom right there, it says Beauty and the Beast 30 years, which is super cool, as well as a Funko 2021 Spring Convention limited edition exclusive, so this is going to be worth a lot of money someday. The Enchantress is actually a 2021 Wondrous Convention limited edition, so yeah, they're definitely from two different conventions, but they're both super exclusive, which is cool. So yeah, I love them. And on the back, they're actually not on the box, so very cool if you ask me. But let's get into opening them. Here she is, and she is super cute. First of all, I love her dress. I feel like this shade of green just looks so good on brunettes, and I love it so much. And a real nice detail that I love about it is the book itself. Even though it's super thin, you can tell that it just adds so much to her character, and I'm really glad that they made a Belle pop with a book in her hand, because that's just the essence of her personality. She loves to learn and read, and I'm really glad they made this because Beauty and the Beast fans will definitely appreciate it. So yeah, that's amazing, and her shoes are amazing as well. When I said earlier that I wish that Peasant Belle had shoes on, this is something that I meant. You know, it just adds so much more dimension, as you can see. So I'm really glad that they decided to one up their game on this one, and they one up their game every time, but this one really took it to a whole new level. And her hair is even more detailed than the original Peasant Belle, and there's little strands going through it, and the bow is even bigger as well, which is such a nice detail because bows are a very Disney-esque thing, and I just love this shade of green with brown, so it just looks super great. And one thing that's different about this Belle and the other Belles that I have is that it has eyebrows. None of my other Belles have eyebrows, but this one does, and I think it really looks good on this one. I feel like, you know, since she's reading, she would definitely be squinting a little and paying close attention, so the eyebrows do her well on this one, and I love them. And her eyelashes are super accentuated as well. Yeah, I'm really glad to have this one because my mom is a teacher and she loves Belle so much, and obviously as a teacher, you like to teach literacy and stuff, so I'm glad that this is part of her collection now. And now we are down to the home stretch, and we are going to open the Enchantress. Here she is, and she is super thick, and I am liking her way more than I thought that I would like her. I never noticed how much of a prominent figure she is in this movie, and looking at her now I can see that it was a great choice to make her. She doesn't have normal pop eyes, her eyes are closed, and you can see that there's a nice little line of eyeliner right there, which is very, very nice because I rarely see that on Pops when their eyes are closed. And her eyebrows are a nice dark blonde, which is really, really cool. And her hair is super, super amazing. I mean, the front J-Lo bangs are just so out of this world, but if you go on the back, you can see every single curl curled up, which I love because I've never seen hair like this on a pop where it just flips up towards the bottom, and on the side it has those nice little curly hues, which is great as well. And it's just super, super amazing. And the upper part of her body is definitely thinner, but as it gets down to the bottom, it puffs out beautifully. And I don't know what this is on the sides that's coming out. I'm just gonna assume it's like magic phantasmic water or something, but it looks great and it adds so much to her costume. I love the long sleeves because I feel like I never see a lot of princessy-esque Disney princess types wearing long sleeves, but this works very, very well on her. And the nice little finishing touches on her are amazing, like the little rose in her hand and the wand, because I feel like that's the essence of the story. And I'm just really, really glad I got this pop, and I'm glad that I didn't, you know, decide to not get it to save money, because she is such an important part in this movie, and I'm really, really glad to have her. So yeah, my favorite feature on her is probably her little crown because it's yellow and has nice little green stars going around it. But overall, this is amazing and I'm glad to have gotten it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and this is going to be the last pop video for quite a while, and I'm very, very sad about it, but I'm really, really happy that I ended it on a nice note because Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney movies. And yeah, I'll be definitely watching Beauty and the Beast after this because it definitely got me wanting to go back down memory lane and relive my childhood. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!